In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a wet mud effect for miniature bases and for dioramas, similar to what's here on this base. Let's have some fun, and I'm going to start with what you'll need to follow along. So for starters, you're going to need a cheap, crappy brush. You don't want to use your nice brushes for this sort of technique because it'll ruin them. So make sure you use an old one or just a cheap brush. And then the paints that I use specifically in this video is Astrogranite, Sterland Mud, and Night Haunt Gloom for my example. So, as well as Realistic Water Effects by Woodland Scenics. Alright, well, let's get right into the demonstration. So, for starters, you're going to start with a base. This is just an extra one, but you're going to want to have your model attached to the base so that it's a more natural effect. That way you don't have a clean model glued right on top of the base. As you can see with my example here, if you mound up the texture paint around their feet, it makes them look like they're more part of the actual scene. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do a traditional brown mud for my example here. So you're going to take your crappy brush and you're just going to, grab some of the texture paint, and you're going to try and mount it on there to get as much volume as possible. You want some big clumps to really sell that lumpy mud effect. Like it's been stirred up by lots of troops before whoever is going to be on the base on this specific spot. You get a little bit of excess, and you're just going to apply it. You want some volume. Once you do that, you'll clean out your brush. And now you're ready to go for the water effect from Woodland Scenics. So this is a base that I had set aside beforehand, and I transferred the Realistic Water Effect from Woodland Scenics into an extra Games Workshop wash bottle. I did this just for the ease of use. So then you'll load up your brush with a nice glob of this goodness right here, and you'll apply it very gently over your dry texture paint. It's very important that it's dry, because otherwise it will mix and you won't get as nice of a glossy finish on your end result. So once you do this, it's very important that you set this aside on a shelf or somewhere where it will not be disturbed, because the Realistic Water Effect takes around 24 hours to fully cure, and you really want to make sure it goes undisturbed and even in a perfectly level place. That way it doesn't pool to one edge of your model, to one edge of your base, and it isn't disrupted in any way. But once it is finished, then you can glue or attach any sort of grass clumps or anything else you really want to add to the base on top of it. You can just sort of add them like that. So you can add anything on top of it because it's a very hard surface, and you get that nice, it always looks wet, which is, that's what you want out of wet mud. Now, as you can see on my example model right here, I have blue mud, and I didn't exactly show how to do blue mud, so I'm going to demonstrate that. Now, this can be changed to any color for any sort of alien world or environment. So this is what the Astrogranite is for. You apply it the same way as the Sterland Mud, so you get this nice gray texture. Then you take your Night Haunt Gloom, in this case, for my example, for that sort of bluish gray, and you'll apply that as a paint over the top. This works best with contrast paints and washes, although you certainly can use like a regular base coat or whatever sort of paint you want. So you'll apply that over the top. And then once this is fully dry, as with the Astro Granite or the texture paint, then you'll use the realistic water from Woodland Scenics over the top to get that nice glossy, that permanently glossy and wet finish on your model. So I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it was an enlightening video. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments or criticism, please leave them in the comments below, and have a good day.